Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to episode number 102 here on season 1. Today, we're talking about buying gold and silver in the physical form. And I guess my thoughts on that, whether I do it or not. But anyways, let's go ahead and dive into it. This question comes from Macho Jobber, and he says, would you buy physical gold bars and silver coins or even copper bars and keep it at home? So I currently actually already buy gold and silver bars. I have my own safe right here. And in here I probably have, well, this is 5 ounces. And then also I have another, I think, probably 5 or 6 ounces. Anyways, it's like, let me go ahead and put the mic down. Like, I have quite a bit of silver, I guess, and this is all my silver right here. And then I have one tiny piece of gold. I think this is 1/20th of an ounce of gold, which was like $150. So, do I buy? Yes, I do buy my own physical gold and silver. And the reason why is here's how I kind of do that. I put in $12 a month or $12 every 2 weeks into a savings account that I have. And then when it hits $100 or more, I look into buying gold and silver. Before I was just buying 5 ounces of silver, which would equate to probably around, like, right now it'd probably be around like $75, $80. Back then it was around $100 when I was originally buying. It was like $20 an ounce, which is what I compute to anyways. And then gold right now I would buy probably a 10th or a 20th, whatever that size is, which would be around $140 or probably actually $150 or so right now. So that's kind of how I do it. And then right now I've been buying gold. Obviously, I've only purchased 1/10th of an ounce of or 1/20th of an ounce of gold, but I do plan on buying more because there was a video that I watched probably about 6 months ago, and I already uploaded my thoughts on it. You can check that out right up there. But anyways, Robert Kiyosaki talks about buying gold, and he talks about how gold attracts wealth and money. And he says that, like, he doesn't understand the reason why, but that's just how, like, what he's seen in his own personal experience. And then he talks about how whatever the price of gold that you own in physical form, so this right here, he said that will attract the amount of money that you will make per month. And so far, it's not been too, like, inaccurate. This is about $150 in gold, and I've already made more than that. So I that's why I don't really like believe it, but why not give it a try? If I'm already planning on buying gold and silver, I might as well switch over to buying gold, and then obviously it's not going to hurt me just by owning it and letting it sit, and hopefully it attracts more income. So I actually believe that owning gold and precious metals are best in physical form. I don't necessarily like buying gold shares and that kind of thing on like Robinhood or Stash. But I believe that owning gold in the physical form, or gold and silver in the physical form, is preferred because it's a long-term hold. Like, you're not trying to buy and flip here shortly. Like, because honestly, in order to trade this in for some kind of value, I probably got to go to the bank to exchange it, and they're going to take their cut of it. And I've already bought it at a markup because that's the way that the exchange works. So for me, I'm thinking like, hey, might as well just hold on to it. It works great, and I can give it to my kids as gifts, give it to other people as gifts, or just hold on to it, long-term hold, that kind of thing. However, also, if the dollar was to crash or go down significantly, you have a stockpile of it. So if it was to go down on like Robinhood, the dollar crashed, stock went up, or silver went up, you could sell it, but then you would just have the dollar bill, and that would, if it continued to crash, you would be SOL. So at least like now you have it in physical, And so if you need to barter with someone or trade with someone, you have it physically, and you can be like, hey, like you do that work, I'll give you this silver coin. So, anyways, I also plan on adding some copper to the portfolio. I read a few articles last week about copper being on the rise because of the electric car industry and the demand of copper. Like, so because electric car demand is going up, they use a lot of copper in their batteries or whatever it is, and so the demand of copper should be set to rise if the electric car industry continues to rise as well. So look for me to buy some copper. It's so big that like to own an ounce of copper is pretty cheap, but to own a lot of ounces of copper is like a lot of money, or not a lot of money, but a lot of space. And so I don't know how I'm exactly going to work that out because my safe is not that big. So maybe I'll just upgrade the safe. But let's go ahead and look at the charts real quick. So this is my actually profile on gold and silver right now. It's really hard for me to zoom in. Let me just go ahead and blow that up for you guys. So silver, I have about $371 invested. Gold, I'm $148 invested. This is how much I paid per ounce right here. And this is how many ounces I actually own in silver, 18.36. Gold is $14 per ounce, maybe? I don't know. I think that's wrong, but and then that's how much I own in gold. So I own 0.1 ounces in gold, so a tenth of an ounce. This was right here. This buy right here was the worst one I've ever done. I bought 3 grams of silver for, I think, like 30. No, there was one that was terrible. This one right here. I bought a quarter of an ounce of silver for $18. This was when I was buying on eBay when I first got into it, so I didn't know what I was doing. And obviously I paid way too overpriced for that. I paid 72 ounces or $72 per ounce for that stock. So anyways, let's go ahead and look at the charts real quick. So gold is obviously since 2017 in December, which was when it was at its all-time low, which was when the stock market was at its all-time high. We've been kind of on this run up. I wish I would have bought in around here, but obviously I've just been kind of strategically buying, and so I haven't been technically buying. So we've been on the rise since then. We had another all-time high. We went bullish for a little bit, and it looks like we're on a downslope again. I expect for us to bounce back here soon. I would say we're going to bottom out probably at 1270 or so, and then we'll start jumping back up and we'll hit the climb again. In silver's pretty much stayed the course. There's nothing really too much. It hasn't really broke 20 except for last year around this time. So it looks like we just keep on getting a lot of bouncing and more probably consolidation. It looks like we're getting huge sell-offs, and then people are buying back. So right now, I think that I would say if it drops below 16 again, it's probably a good time to buy. I don't think we're going to see it below 16 much longer if it does drop below 16. And then let's go ahead and look at copper. So this is copper since November. It's been on a huge rise. We just had a big sell-off. I think when news comes out that something's on the rise, they inflate the price and then they have a huge sell-off. So it's just normal. That's kind of the way it is. I expect it to probably bottom out here. It looks like it's starting to consolidate a little bit, so we'll probably see it start to rise here again. And I think it's selling at almost $3 an ounce, so that's not too bad. It's not too risky if you're looking into getting into some kind of precious metal. Copper is really kind of a not too much of a precious metal, but it's something that you can obviously start with getting into. I was trying to get into Palladium and Platinum, but right now I think stuff's just too expensive. It's 93. It's just too expensive for me, and so I just am going to wait for that. Palladium I might get into. I don't know. I don't understand the value of these two, so I got to do some research on that before I actually buy. But anyway, so that's my personal belief on buying silver and gold. I love having it in physical form. It's just my portfolio on Robinhood, the way it's set up, I have gold and silver shares on there just to kind of balance it out and keep some money safe. And then also on stash, I have gold and silver shares, just because when I was buying in there when I was last year, just because it was up, and so I was like, well, it's going to continue to go up. And right now, I'm down on that ETF actually, which I wish that I would have been up, but I'm just good. It's probably going to turn into a long-term hold over there. So, anyways, let's go ahead and dive into the question of the day. And the question of the day is, what am I supposed to do with my life? And the answer to that question is probably you want to get rich. No, I don't know. You want to know what your purpose is in life, whether that is so like my purpose, I believe, is to help people. But like if your purpose is to start a family, or whatever it may be, like find something that you're passionate about and focus on that. Focus on trying to generate money to support that goal, purpose, or find a way to make money doing that. And then also, what am I supposed to do with my life? Probably the American way of doing it would be to work a job, buy a house, and hopefully save some money for retirement, and probably end up in debt. So you're probably going to be your life purpose. That's probably what you're going to do with your life. What are you supposed to do with your life? You're probably supposed to stay debt free. You probably want to own a few different houses, start a family, and have a huge amount of money saved up so that you can give a whole lot of money to your kids and help them become more fortunate than you are. Anyways, if you guys have any questions regarding Stash, Acorns, or Robinhood, as well as general investing advice, coaching, Etsy, or business, feel free to post them down below and I will get them on the next episode. And until next time, don't forget to subscribe up here and then check out buying gold and silver on Robinhood, and then check out this other video right about here. And until next time, thank you for watching. I really appreciate it.